What?
That armor is ridiculous.
A bit, but the helmet
Well, it's
reminds.
not as bad as World of Warcraft armor, though.
Well, he is the captain or leader or whatever he is. So it also said he was a noble, so I guess that's why he get the ornate one.
Also, the helmet reminds me of a conquistador.
It reminds me of a fisherman's hat.
Well, he will conquer those fish as soon as he's done with this whole Worn Chaos
What the
business.
fuck would you do with conquered fish? Tell them to lay eggs?
I guess you would just eat them.
Yeah, I remember the whole Roman emperor who wanted to conquer the sea, apparently, but that's just ridiculous.
And to your triumph over chaos, you add diplomatically. He smiles as he sips the bitter vintage, and you regard each other with thoughtful curiosity. He has a youthful face, with high cheekbones, narrow jaw, and a thin, chiseled aristocratic nose. His silver hair is a mass of silken threads flowing from beneath the rim of his ornate conical helmet to fan across his wide shoulders and thick vermilion cloak. But it is his eyes that fascinate you most, for they are filled with knowledge and ancient wisdom. Sounds like Lone Wolf has a crush.
Well, it's not the
Ooh la
first
la.
time.
You talk at length about events which have brought you to the Nargoth forest in search of Lorkhan's help, and in return he tells you of the dangers you may face at Tolakos. From a gold-capped leather tube, Lorkhan produces a map of the Nargoth, which details the location of his encampment, the burial grounds of Tolakos, and the last known position of the Chaos Master's horde. The scale is measured in leagues, but you're able to calculate that Tolakos lies only 10 miles from Lorkhan's camp. A curvy red line has been drawn diagonally across the map to show where scouts last sighted the Chaos Master's troops, and this line passes dangerously close to the burial grounds. You must leave as soon as possible if you are to be sure of reaching Tolakos before it is claimed by the enemy, says Lorkhan, pointing to the bold red line. This was drawn 3 hours ago. If the Chaos Master decides to advance, he is within 8 hours' march of the burial grounds. This means that in only the next 5 hours can you be sure to find Tolakos unoccupied. I intend to march my army forward and hold Tolakos, but I await reinforcement, and I dare not move until they arrive. Therefore, I will provide you with a scout who knows the area well. He will guide you to your destination, the rest is up to you. Oh great, another red shirt. Lorkhan sends for the scout, a Meladora named Odal. Wasn't that the dog from Garfield?
Well,
What?
that's Odie.
OD. Right.
Oh dear.
Odell.
I think we should just bring the dog from Garfield along then.
When he arrives, he suggests that you visit the equipment tent before setting off through the forest. Do you wish to take this opportunity to select some new equipment, or would you rather start your journey without delay?
Preferably without delay, for you only have 5 hours.
Well, we might as well take a look. Because, are we missing anything? Beyond a meal.
If we are missing something, well, we suffered some injuries at that chaos something that attacked us, but otherwise, no. Let me see. I think we're basically kitted out as it should be.
Okay. Well.
Let's
Then
get moving then.
yeah.
Okay. Lorkhan escorts you to the door of his cabin and wishes you luck. You thank him and bid him farewell. As you return to leave, he calls out, "Remember, I will be marching to Tolakos as soon as my reinforcement arrive." You follow Odal, leaving the encampment by slipping over the perimeter wall. Soon you merge like shadows into the thick forest beyond. The giant trunks support a canopy of dense foliage that blocks out the light and keeps the forest floor bathed in a perpetual twilight. A carpet of moss muffles your footfalls, and the only foliage that grows in abundance is a bushy velvet lichen patterned with orange-headed, tooth-sized growths. "Ketospores," says Odal, noticing your interest in the strange flora. "They're deadly poisonous. If you wish to collect a handful of the poisonous ketospores, you can do so."
No thanks. I'm not comfortable with poison.
What do the rest of you say?
Rhaenyra?
Well, this doesn't seem like something we would need, but what do I know?
Let's just leave them then.
Indeed. We leave them be.
Right then. There's a moment of cold fear when you first set eyes on the burial grounds of Tolokos. An eerie blue glow cast by clumps of bacterial fungi illuminates a mist that seeps from the tombs and crypts of this ancient necropolis. The swirling vapor is contained by a wall which encircles the graveyard, although it is broken in many places, where trees have displaced the mouldering stonework. With a weapon at the ready, you follow Odal towards one such gap in the wall, which is overshadowed by the great mausoleum. "This is the Vault of Sedron," whispers Odal, as he clambers over the rubble and crouches beside his damp grey wall. "Old King Callon sleeps here." He removes a throwing knife from his boots, and with his tip he points to the other funeral landmark of Tolokos and identifies them one by one. "That's the crypt of Julor. Well, there are the graves of the faithful, and there's Balon's tomb. The Chaos Masters and minions have kept us away from here for nearly a generation, but Lorkhan is determined to wrest it from him and restore it to its past glory. Over there, near the center, is the Grand Sepulchre. That's where the bloodline of the Ironheart clan are laid to rest." You stare at this macabre building, and a powerful feeling electrifies your body. The Sepulchre is an imposing sight. It is not the grim splendor of its design that exhilarates you.
Try spelling it.
Sepulchre?
Yeah.
S.
Can you spell it in a Skype? I just want to, because I think it sounds kind of familiar, but I think you're pronouncing it wrong.
I probably am. It's not a word I heard spoken out loud before, and you know how that usually goes. So yeah, just a moment. Sepulchre.
Yeah, sepulchre.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the holy.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, the Holy Sepulchre is a holy, or I don't think know if it exists anymore. It is or was a holy church in Jerusalem, for example. That's one sepulchre.
Okay. The Sepulchre is an imposing sight, yet it is not the grim splendor of its design that exhilarates you. You are ablaze with the realization that somewhere here, in the Grand Sepulchre of the Ironhearts, lie the last two lore stones of Nixator, the objects of your quest. "I must search that tomb," you say, staring fixedly at the huge door that dominates the Sepulchre's blue-grey sculptured facade. Odal frowns and casts his eyes nervously at the surrounded mist. "I cannot enter," he says. "I am not of the clan blood. If you choose to go through the door, you must go alone." You sense that nothing will induce Odal to break his clan law, but you're anxious not to lose a valuable guide. What did somebody just post?
That was me.
Oh, what did you post?
A
A link
Wikipedia
so you can
page.
see what it is. Yeah, a Wikipedia page. That's an example of a sepulchre. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Yeah, I will take a look at it the next time there's a picture or something, because not to interrupt in the middle. In that case, you sense that nothing will induce Odal to break his clan law, but you're anxious not to lose a valuable guide. "When I enter the Grand Sepulchre, will you wait for me here?" you ask, hoping he will agree. Suddenly he considers your request. "Yes," he says without enthusiasm, "but search swiftly. The creatures of chaos are close. I can feel it in my blood." You exchange stern smiles but hurry away through the knee-deep mist towards the great door. The portal is secured by a massive metallic lock, and engraved into its blackened surface is a quartered square. In 3 of the 4 quarters there are etched symbols, but the 4th quarter, which is formed of a soft clay-like substance, remains blank. Your basic instincts tell you that the symbols are a clue to a Meladorian code that unlocks the Great Door. By inscribing the correct symbols in the soft surface of a blank square, you'll cause the portal to open. Study this sequence carefully. And can I open this picture in a new window? Yeah, okay, I can. Huh. Okay. So, yeah, picture. And it says that you can use pathmanship or divination here.
Let's use divination.
Your senses warn that there are powerful spells to protect this portal. If you inscribe the wrong symbol on the blank square, you will break the spell, the consequences of which could be fatal.
It could
Damn.
also be having to have a tea party with your little sister.
But that would be horrible too. Okay, and now you'll get a picture of 4 possible symbols. And now you have to choose which symbol it is, so just a moment. Here are the possible symbols.
I am very sure it
I
is
think it might be C.
C. I see. Well, it would make sense when you think about it. Although I have no idea what either meaning they have.
Or let's say C2.
Yeah, the way I think about it, on the upper row, there's one white triangle, one black triangle, and they're out to the sides. And then there are two circles on one tile and one circle on the other tile, and they're in the middle. On the lower one, there's one black triangle, and it's facing towards the middle, and then there's one circle facing out.
Yeah, it seems to. It seems to make most sense to take C. Yeah.
Yeah, because on C there's a white triangle and two circles, and the triangle is facing in, and the circles are facing out. So it would have the same number of symbol as the upper two tiles, but reversed.
Exactly.
Do you agree, Rana?
Makes sense to me.
Yep. A soft whirring noise emanates from inside the lock, and then silently and effortless the great portal swings open. With your nerves on edge, you enter the dark interior and follow a featureless corridor to another large, but less impressive door, which opens as you approach. A surge of damp air whips past you, sucked into the chamber beyond, as the airtight seal is broken after many decades. Torches ignite spontaneously, and for the first time in its long history, the secrets of the inner sanctum of the Great Sepulchre are revealed to the eyes of an Aeonian. At the center of the chamber stands the statue of a proud Meladorian warrior, clad in battle dress and with his sword raised in challenge. 7 closed caskets lie at his feet, with 7 more beside them, open and empty, awaiting future generations of the Ironheart clan. Here you can sense the presence of the Law Stones more strongly. Your skin tingles and your pulse begins to race. But despite your reactions, you can tell that they lie not within this chamber, but somewhere nearby. Behind the tall statue, you discover a narrow stair that ascends to a circular portal in the ceiling. Close to the foot of the stair, there's an arched door of sparkling blue metal. Gently, the Summersword vibrates in its scabbard, and a cool golden fire laps at the hilt. Instinctively, you unsheath it, and immediately the blade is engulfed by golden flames, ignited by the close proximity of the Law Stones. As you raise the sword, the flames burn brighter and illuminates the circular portal in the ceiling. At once you realize that it must provide access to the roof of the sepulchre, and with your heart pounding, you race up the steps, confident of finding the object of your quest waiting for you there. A lever operates the portal, and when you pull it, the circular hatch creaks open, and a shaft of grey light washes over your head and shoulders. Your senses burn with expectation.
A shaft of light.
Then wait a second. Yeah, they were called that back in the
Yeah, a
days,
shaft
so,
of
yeah.
grey light. Yep.
But this makes a really odd picture.
I guess it's kind of like a big, thick ray of light.
Yeah, I suppose it-
so.
Purpose.
Your senses burn with expectation.
Ow.
You grip the rim and start to pull yourself through the hole, but a dark shadow and a cold wind sweeps over you, making you flinch and fall back on the stairs. There's a loud crack like a sharp clap of thunder, then a terrible scream of agony echoes through the forest. Fear and anger grip your senses as you realize that you have just heard the dying scream of Odal, your guide.
Oops.
I would say something about being surprised, but at this point I'm really not.
No, because everyone just turns out to be damn wretched. Why? Why can they not stay alive?
For the same reason we can't have pretty enemies.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest, Baindon stayed with you.
Ah, yeah. That
And his
guy.
dwarves, they survived, but then again, they were tough customers. I guess you
yeah.
had to be to survive in the prisons of Lone Wolf. Enraged, you leap from the portal and pull yourself onto the roof, where the Law Stones and an unexpected enemy await you.
Let me guess, it's rock.
Perched on a bough overhanging the roof is a gigantic black-winged bird. Seated on its back is a magnificent warrior dressed in scarlet silk and polished silver mail. His head is crowned by an elaborate helmet. Its visor formed into the shape of a roaring dragon with jeweled eyes and fiery breath. The tangled branches prevent the bird from landing, but a rope ladder hangs from the saddle, and the warrior uses it to climb down onto the roof. He leaps the last few feet, and his landing disturbs the dense mist that comes to the surface, rolling it back to reveal 2 glowing spheres of crystal, each filled with fire, lying close to where he now stands. He crunches down, and your stomach churns with dread as you see him reach out to grab the golden Law Stones. Well, there's a picture of the guy.
Let us have a look.
Uh,
He's
Oh
funny.
god.
Let's see.
oh